Welcome, everybody, to Fighting for Better Health. I am Tracy Dewar with Youngevity. I am not only a Wallach warrior, I am a certified holistic health coach, and I am head of sales of Youngevity Down Under. I also am author to The Unwrapped Leader, as well as a podcast. I am on a mission of helping business builders and leaders to be able to unwrap their gifts and become the gifted leader that they are meant to be, to go out there in the world and shine and share the message of being able to stand up and be brave and confident in our business, which is fantastic, and be able to share our message on fighting for better health. And so we have a fantastic topic here tonight. I believe this is episode 5, and our episode tonight is on immune support. But we couldn't have a better support person to come on here with her wealth of knowledge and experience. And so hang on to your seats. We are going to share Sheryl in a minute. But before I get started, I just wanted to share some quick things about Dr. Wallach and what makes him so special, as well as what makes 90 for Life our mission, as well as who is Youngevity and what is our promise. So if I'm going to just take a quick 5 minutes and I'm going to share the screen. And so as I'm doing that, I really want to welcome everyone. I see some new faces here tonight. So an extreme welcome. We could not be doing what we do without you, without your support, especially with all of our Youngevity distributors, Wallach warriors that are here to share with us. So before I get started, I just got to move a few things around my screen here, and just so I can recap for the new people that are here tonight, how living healthier starts here. And so first of all, I have to say myself personally, I've been with Youngevity 5 years, and I actually got started because I have been in the industry myself personally for over 30 years. I was with one company for 23 years. I helped build teams for people to work part-time, full-time, and big time in this business. And I'm a huge advocate for the industry. And I've been in Australia for over 20 years myself personally. And I have had the blessing of being able to work down under to see we do business a little bit different down under than they do in the Northern Hemisphere. So I have been able to connect Youngevity with Australia and New Zealand down under to be able to serve and share the Wallach message. And so I got started because I really believe in this industry. Lo and behold, I did have a passion for health and wellness. And so as I discovered the Youngevity products and the difference it's made in my life personally, but also my family and friends, we're talking life-changing as far as their health and their mental stability, as well as the energy to be able to forge forward. So I am a true believer in our products and Dr. Wallach. He has created a foundation for optimal health, and you will see that he has spent decades researching nutritional deficiencies, not only in animals, but also in humans. And he has found that good health starts with nutritional supplementation with a blend of vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and essential fatty acids. And that's how we come together with our 90 nutrients for life. And who is Doc Wallach? Well, he is recognized not only as a naturopathic doctor, but also as a veterinarian. He's also a pathologist and has done well over 20,000 autopsies on animals. And in his discoveries, he has discovered that our bodies are lacking the minerals and nutrients and are not getting them from the soils. And so to this day, he lectures every year, over 300 lectures, sharing his message. He's an author to over 18 books and has done over 75 scientific articles. He is famous for Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And to our audience that is listening tonight, if you have not listened to this world famous lecture of Dead Doctors Don't Lie, get to the distributor that recommended this call to you and get a chance to get a copy of that so you can listen to this. Well before we were able to share this link and this lecture for free, Dr. Wallach sold it by cassette tapes and CDs for the last 20, 30 years and had sold well over 300 million copies of this lecture. And people know him for this line of Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Find out more. But what is even more exciting, in the last 3 years, they did a documentary on him, on the audacity of health and what his discoveries are and the lives of people who he's changing. And so what he has connected is over 900 different health problems are directly related to deficiencies of these 90 essential nutrients. In other words, our body is desperate for these nutrients. So what is the problem? Well, we're just not getting nutrition from food alone. And so if you give your body what it needs, it'll do amazing things. And so that is where we've come to these 90 essential nutrients. It is our 60 minerals, our 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and a powerful blend of essential fatty acids. Hence where we have carefully selected the nutrients for your body so it will thrive and survive. And that is how we come together with our formula of our 90 for life. These three fantastic products, one being our Tangy Tangerine, which is our multivitamin. It is loaded with mineral supplements, energizing, boosting nutrients, pro and prebiotics for digestion. It helps support a healthy immune system, and it comes from an organic plant-derived whole food. So it's real foods with minerals. And so this product alone is 85 of the 90 essential nutrients. And so then we go on to our EFAs. And oh my God, I know that Sheryl herself is going to tell you so much about what makes EFAs so special. But just to talk about it, it supports your heart, your cognitive health, as well as your skin health. And not all supplements are created equal. And ours are just got such an amazing blend. It is certified IFOS. In other words, most fish oil tablets are usually rancid. And so we have a special way of how we deliver this product to you. So it is fresh and it does what it does, and it absorbs. As well as our Osteo FX for anyone who's suffered with bone and joint support. And there's so much, there's over 200 different illnesses and issues just related to a mineral deficiency of calcium and magnesium. And so this product completes our 90 for life. And so who is Youngevity? Youngevity has been around itself personally for over 25 years, founded by Steve and Michelle Wallach. We are a global company in over 13 countries, but we ship to over 45 countries. So which is beautiful about this, you can support people locally while you build a business globally. And it allows us to focus on living younger, longer. We are a purpose-driven company that supports premium products that get results. And oh my goodness, I know there's loads of people on this call here tonight that have a testimony to share with you how it's already changed their lives. Our promise is to be absorbable, have a potent product, completely pure as it can be. It is backed by science, backed by the science of 50 years of research from Dr. Wallach, who has fought the FDA and won, and it is specifically designed for you. And so that completes our Healthy Body Pack, which is perfect nutrition for optimal health, which leads us into tonight's episode on how fighting for better health starts with your immune support. And so who we have with us is somebody who has been an organic farmer for well over 50 years. She's been with Youngevity for over 9 years. She is one of our leaders, a Wallach warrior, and she is on a mission every week, everyone she talks to, on sharing Dr. Wallach and his message. So welcome, Sheryl, for joining us here tonight. We're so excited to have you. I am going to get you full screen. Come and share with us, darling. Thank you for saying yes. You did an amazing job in Christchurch. I so wanted everybody to see this. It's because of your talk that I chose to do this topic. I do this event every Tuesday night to share everybody and what they have to say. So welcome.
Thank you, Tracy. It's such an honor to be here with everybody. And I can't see you all, but I can feel your energy right through the screen. And I'm honored to be asked to talk about immune health because it's a topic dear to my heart. For us personally, we came here from Australia in 1981 to grow organic, healthy food for our family, and looked for land to do so. We'd been in Australia and New South Wales through some really big droughts, and we were looking for a more kind environment. And around us, we'd seen the effects of lots of chemical fertilizer killing a lot of the creatures that were in the billabongs in that area. And so we could no longer catch any creatures that were alive in those billabongs, and it made us reconsider the whole way food was produced, and has had a lifelong effect on the way we live and the way we farm. So coming here, we began planting food and setting up an organic food forest with our babies at that time. And although we could live like that really well and we had a wonderful life, we still had health challenges over the years. Eating organic food just wasn't enough, and we were always wondering why. I was teaching people how to make compost. We had worm farms. We were making fish fertilizers, seaweed fertilizers. Our soil looked beautiful. Our climate was kind, but for some reason, we had some health issues. And when we looked around us, many of the people living like us also had health challenges. And we just couldn't work it out. I'll show you a picture here. You might be able to see Hal in the middle here. Can you see that, Tracy?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Amazing.
Well, that was Hal about 2011. He had what they call autoimmune disease. That's what the doctors called it anyway, because they don't know what to call it. So that's what they call it. And his hair fell out. He was very sick for several years. And we managed to get him right because we turned down the steroids and other treatment that we'd seen destroy people's kidneys and have a fatal effect on their lives. And got him right from there. And then his hair regrew this color. And this is him at the last time we got to Longevity, to the convention over there in San Diego. And by then his hair was turning a different color because of the nutrition that we had. So yeah, this is the story of us. This is before Longevity. This is us 10 years ago in England at Greenwich Mean Time, going to be with our kids before our first granddaughter was born. And you can see how different we look. This is me eating only organic food, largely vegetarian. And here's Hal, quite puffy. You can see the inflammation. Couldn't walk a block. I had to call an Uber if we walked very far, and life was very difficult. And this is us once we'd started Longevity for 3 or 4 years, off to go dancing, and life improved so much. So when I was thinking of this topic, I went and looked at Dr. Wallach's books, and I don't know how many of you have seen Rare Earth's Forbidden Cures, but it's just the most amazing textbook of Dr. Wallach's research and full of hidden gems. A great read or a great Christmas present for anyone who's interested in health. And in here, Dr. Wallach has a table of the components of a human immune system. And so these include bone marrow, antibodies, tonsils. Well, what happens if your tonsils flare up? It's suggested very often to get them out, but they're a big part of our immune system. Appendix, spleen, skin, tears even. How many people know someone who can't cry, have got dry eyes? It's another symptom. Mucus, even urine. We know a little bit more about that now. So it's very interesting to look at the broadness of what it means to have a healthy immune system. And we're going to have a look now at the beyond the components of a human immune system, at the 10 tips for immune support. And Tracy's just going to pull up the slides for us and we'll roll through them. Now that's number 10, Tracy. So we just, here we go. We're at the beginning now. So number 1, of course, is maintain a healthy diet. And what is a healthy diet? I mean, for us, our healthy diet has changed since we read Dr. Wallach's research and took on his protocol, because as many of you know, we have the 12 bad foods and we remove them from our diet, and it's transformational. So a healthy diet means different things to different people. We thought we had a healthy diet, but we didn't really understand what the inflammatory foods really were. But it is important to eat a variety of fresh food. So many things now that we buy are not fresh. They've been either packaged or processed, or they've been transported a long way. And so strive to get farmers market or fresh food from somewhere, foods that benefit us, like good eggs and good protein, whatever that is for you, and lots of lovely fresh vegetables and fruit in season. For us, the in season is very important in New Zealand, particularly. We all have our different seasonal foods in our different climatic zones, and it's so important for our bodies to try and stick with seasonal food. Now, number 2 is stay hydrated. And once again, what does that really mean? It means clean filtered water. How do we get rid of the chlorine? We know now that the chlorine and the fluoride, things like that, have a negative effect on our immune system. There's more and more research coming to light about the things like this. So it's quite a task again to find a clean source of hydration and good water for our family. And even having products like cherry mints and different mineral drinks and adding them to our water helps us with hydration as well. Rebound is one of our drinks, and it's a wonderful hydration tool to add to our water, because it not only helps us stay hydrated on a base level, but it also adds in 100 nutrients, the things we sweat out. So we learn more and more on this journey of with Dr. Wallach's protocol, really, of what levels we can take these things to, that we used to just think we'll drink more water, but where does your water come from, and how has it been harvested, and if it's in a bottle, where did it come from? Also, clean filtered water is very important. Number 3 is exercise, and once again, it means different things for different people, but it's just important to make sure you have a minimum of 30 minutes of exercise a day. I bought a rebounder during lockdown, particularly in winter, because it's cold and dark here, and I found that was a way for me to get that 30 minutes of exercise a day. But for me, I love gardening, and that's my exercise, and many of you will love walking and hiking, and it's just important to find something you love doing and do it every day, so your body's moving, because moving is important for our lymphatic system and important for our well-being. The next one is prioritize quality sleep. And I spent many years of my life thinking sleep was a waste of time. I don't know how many of you thought that too. And I used to go hard and pride myself on only needing 4 to 6 hours sleep a night. But now I realize how important 7 to 8 hours sleep is for us, and how hard it is to create balance in your life when you're doing night shift or working shift work or traveling a lot. You really feel it at times. The nutrition helps, but prioritizing quality sleep is an important part of our immune system. I didn't even used to realize how much our body heals when we sleep. And through reading Dr. Wallach's books and his research, I realized that the body heals when we sleep. And if we've given it the right fuel, it can repair and do maintenance while we sleep. And all the more reason to make sure we spend that time in a comfortable bed having a good sleep. Managing stress is so important, and it's been a stressful few years for most people. And chronic stress can weaken our immune system. So it's important to find ways to de-stress. That might be through music or meditation or breathing techniques, or just through spending quality time with good friends, having a good belly laugh, or going for a walk with your friends, but making sure that you allocate some time to making sure that happens, and balancing your work as well as your play part of life, your work-life balance, because it can easily get out of control with the gadgets and the social media and all the things that are a part of our everyday lives now. Maintaining a healthy weight is a challenge for many people, and it certainly was for me before longevity, but I've found since I've got the 90 essential nutrients, especially the minerals, that it's just so much easier for me to eat whatever I feel like eating and not have those cravings at night or cravings for sweet things that I used to have. But it is a real challenge, and we do have protocols to help people overcome that when they first come on board. And carrying extra weight does challenge your immune system and make you feel more tired. So it is a good thing to set your goals and work towards them. It will make you feel better and give you a better quality of life. Practicing good hygiene is important too. And what we use to wash ourselves as well is important. Good quality soaps or good quality liquid soaps particularly. There are many on the market that have a negative effect on our skin and probably cause more harm than good. Good quality shampoos and conditioners, which we have. I just love the ones we have. They make my hair shine and just so easy to brush. And also just making sure that we have other cleaning products in our homes that don't have a negative effect on our lives. I know that I can feel quite different if I go out in this heavily scented cleaning products or different things, and even say an Airbnb or a hotel you stay in, and how you just don't feel as clear-headed after that. And that's all has an effect on our immune system. Limiting alcohol consumption. Drinking a lot of alcohol can affect our immune system in a negative way, and it's good to moderate alcohol consumption, enjoy a wine or two with people, and just not overdo it, because it does affect the way we feel. Avoid smoking. Smoking has an effect on our respiratory system, and it does then affect our whole immune system, because we need to breathe fresh air and oxygenate our blood. And once we are smoking, it can affect our ability to do that. And the last one is quality supplements. And for this, I'm forever grateful to Dr. Wallach and longevity, because probably like many of you, we tried many different supplements from many different companies and many different practitioners. We had a cupboard full of them, and really they weren't doing their job, or we wouldn't have had the effects that we had, the ill effects that our immune system was having. And I used to suffer from things like tonsillitis and, husky voice, laryngitis, those things, and it just hardly ever happens now. And I want to share with you some of our favorites, my personal favorites, as well as our broader favorites that we always have on the shelf. Z-Radical, who doesn't love Z-Radical? It's a beautiful drink. And it was connected in some research I read with the ability for Japan not to have to isolate and get through the recent COVID and flu issues much better with organic fucoidan, which is an ingredient in Z-Radical. It's brilliant for your immune system as well as inflammation, and we love mixing it in with our BTT or our Rebound, and it's just a beautiful drink and just does so much good for us. Core AO is another one. It's a berry type of drink. It's great for the immune system, antioxidants. It's full of the stick packs that are so easy to put in your bag, whether you're traveling or just to have in your handbag for when you're going out and get stuck in traffic, or you need a drink somewhere, and I totally recommend it. People love it, and Tracy was the first one who gave me a drink of core. And I-26 is brilliant. We were at the longevity convention where this product was launched. It is a performance product. It actually cleans up our gut in a way that you wouldn't believe, but it also improves our digestive system, because we know now that if our digestive system is not working well, our immune system is not working well, and it all affects our mental health. So I totally recommend I-26. I love the chewables now. If you're a person who loves smoothies or shakes, the powder is fantastic and very cost effective, but we're never without I-26 in our house. The Y23 Immune is brilliant. It's linked with all sorts of immune boosting benefits, and I've made up little packs of it, spritzes with our plant-derived minerals, or roll-on bottles for people who've been suffering with flu symptoms and had trouble getting over it, and had really good feedback from people about how effective it is. It's also another one that's really great if you're traveling on aeroplanes or you're going into big groups of people, big events, just gives you that protection and boosts your own immune system along the way. It's strong, so not really recommended for children under 10. And then the Healthy Body, Brain and Heart Pack is just the best. It has the 90 essential nutrients, which is our EFAs, which is so important. I've heard Dr. Glidden say that if you want to avoid strokes, you need to have enough EFAs every day, and that's enough for me. I love the way that they sharpen up your memory and your brain. You can really feel it when you first start taking them, particularly. And also for your skin, they're transformational for skin and for anyone who has skin issues. The Beyond Tangy Tangerine speaks for itself. It brings energy, clarity, immune support, and so many things. And the OsteoFX is one of our favorites. Calcium, magnesium in a balanced form with vitamin D, which again supports our immune system. We have it at least twice a day in our house because we're working physically, and I'm almost 70 and Hal is 72, and we just need extra. So at this time of year, when we've got a lot of work to do on 10 acres in our food forest, it's three lots a day, morning, noon and night for us. We put it in a little glass with a little bit of water and whirl it up with the beautiful little stick mixers that Longevity have. If you haven't got one, very reasonable, battery powered. We take ours everywhere. We love it. And it just leave your osteo powder then sitting in the glass for a few minutes. Come back to it. It's almost like custard. It just sets a little jelly and makes it much easier to drink and much more pleasant. And you can mix it with anything else you like too. But it's so important, and it just gets rid of any niggles you have in your body if you've been out there stacking wood or cutting firewood or pruning trees or running marathons. That's what you need. The selenium is brilliant. The ultimate selenium is a balanced form of selenium, zinc, and copper. You can take, well, we take 4 a day ourselves as a base dose. This is our insurance against cancer. We've lost a lot of people to cancer, and there is that many, I think there's 47,000 documented papers been published on PubMed.com about the value of selenium. Yet how many doctors have you ever heard of, mainstream doctors or anyone in the medical industry, telling people to have good quality selenium? And once again, it needs to be with the cofactors to make it totally absorbable. And Longevity have done a great job of putting it with the copper and zinc, so our bodies can just say, thank you very much, I'll take this up. It gets rid of niggles and pains. If you listen to Dr. Gerhard Schrauzer. We believe it's improved our eyesight because we don't need glasses now. Hell no longer needs glasses to drive. And I know we're not allowed to say that it cures anything, but there is a reason why things happen. And our bodies, we believe if we give them the fuel, they repair and rejuvenate rather than degenerate. Some of my favorites, I love this pollen burst. For anyone who's got any kind of what's called autoimmune issues, it's recommended for the liver. It's a liver plus, and there's some great testimonies about it from other leaders around the world, but it's our everyday clean up the liver or support the liver in the challenges of the world we live in. The zinc FX, this is a little beauty. It's chewable, very cost effective, great for all members of the family, great for males, great for anyone who's been sick. It just lifts you back up, helps you climb back up that hill. And then there's colloidal silver, which I'd never be without. Our colloidal silver is such a good product. Have it by your toothbrush. Use it every day, as Dr. Wallach suggests. After you brush your teeth, put some drops in your mouth, put it down your throat, swill it around your mouth. It'll help with your dental health as well as help your throat and all that area stay nice and clean and fresh. It's brilliant for all sorts of things, good to have in the house. And then we have the Mercedes-Benz of probiotics, the nightly essence. Take one before you go to bed, 1 to 2, and it refurbishes your gut with all of those good probiotics, good bacteria that we so need. And we've got a couple of stick probiotics as well. Brilliant to have in your handbag for anyone who feels car sick, has nausea, just has beginnings of a headache, anything like that. It just gives your immune system what it needs to climb out of that cloud that you're in. So I think that's about it for me, Tracy. Is there any questions?
Well, first of all, Sheryl, thank you. That is a wealth of information and knowledge, and you did a fantastic job. And I just wanted to ask quickly, so if somebody came to you and they were on a limited budget, let's say they had $100, to get themselves started, and they had some immune issues, what would be, because we have a lot of fantastic products, and it can become overwhelming at times. What would be the first things you'd get them started on if they came to you with $100?
That's a very good question. And I would always say a bottle of minerals. So we've got a choice of herbal rainforest, depending on their other symptoms. So that is a great natural cleanse for the bowel, as well as giving you the 60 plus minerals, cherry mints, plain minerals, or the rebound that gives 100 nutrients. And then I would add in some EFAs. And once again, we've got several choices of EFAs depending on their situation again and how old they are and what their issues are. And then we'd look at the budget after that, and we may be able to add in some colloidal silver or one of our other products. We just have to work it out where $100 would go. But there are many choices, and everybody's different. But there's something for everybody. That's the amazing thing.
So what would you guide them to do then for you to assess if everyone's different? How do you assess their differences? What is it that you use? What tool do you use to help assess that?
Right. Well, I ask questions, and besides that, they have. I'm a holistic health coach, so I do have a non-health valuation that my team and I all use for anyone who wants to. And if they don't want to, we can just ask some simple questions about where the issues are and how long it's been happening for, and take it from there. Some people just really need the osteo effects, and some people just really need other help in other ways, like gut health or blood sugar help. The 4 issue areas are hard tissue, soft tissue, blood, sugar, or digestion. And so that's what guides us to what products we recommend.
Wow. Well, that is really great. And I loved it that you shared about the Z radicals. I really know that is what got me through since COVID to now, to not have ever caught COVID, to my 90 for life and my Z radicals, Choreo. I bounce between the two, and I definitely say it has a huge, huge effect for a strong immune system. I recommend, I just put a link in there for the the Z radicals in there. I also put in the chats, ladies and gentlemen, a link for the good food, bad food list, as well as the 10 tips that Sheryl has spoken. So I want to say thank you. And I'm going to let others ask questions, but I'm just going to stop the recording and just say thanks again for all your sharing. We really appreciate everything that you do. And we look forward to, we're now going to have a 3-week break for everybody and we are going to join back in, I believe it's the 12th or something of January. We start back, and I believe we're kickstarting in the new year to kids' health. You will get an email in our newsletter that will have all the topics. We're doing kids' health, women's health, as well as men's health to kick off the year. And I even believe we got headaches and supporting headaches as well. So we got some great topics. But if you've missed some of these topics of detoxing, gut health, low tox living, or back support, if you go to the Longevity Down Under Longevity Down Under YouTube channel, all of those specific recordings are going to be right there, so you can actually share. So I'm going to say a very special thank you, and then we'll open up for questions.